Hello and welcome back to the Gallant Goblin Plays Candlekeep Mysteries. We're back with our illustrious players. How are y'all doing today?
Doing great.
So I've got a little bit of a surprise for you that I didn't reveal to you before we got started today. We actually got our first piece of physical fan mail.
Yay!
And I thought I would open it and read it for you guys here together. That's kind of special.
Yeah.
Like your first time. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so it's from Oliver in Washington, D.C. He is an executive vice president for the Service Employee International Union.
Very
So
good.
that's pretty cool. So he says, this letter's in regards to your recent program, the Gallant Goblin Plays Candlekeep Mysteries. That's us. We were greatly concerned by your wanton and uncaring violence the players demonstrated towards service work. So, how have y'all been this week?
It was a complaint.
Have y'all had a good week since we last played?
That was great.
We'll cut that out in post.
Yeah. Thought we made it big.
I think it's important to note we are pro-union.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
The characters,
We support our service union. So, I want to hear about your very first D&D characters you ever made. I think that's kind of an interesting way to get to know you a little bit. So, who's comes to mind first? Yeah, your character that you remember, the very first one?
I made a druid whose name was Althea, and she had severe social anxiety, and we had a mechanic where she had to make wisdom saves or go into a panic attack.
Yeah.
That was my first character.
I am actually still playing this character. His name is Dorvar. He is a half-elf bard who is prone to break out into wagon wheel. Specifically the Darius Rucker version of, and at the end of defeating Count Strahd with this character, got the entire group over different parts of the world singing Wagon Wheel over a Discord call, which didn't really sync up, but it was magical and in its own way.
That's awesome.
So my character, very first one's actually with you, Theo.
Oh, really? I thought you played before that.
It wasn't a real
It wasn't a real game.
session. It was like a pre-made everything.
Yeah.
So with you was Byron Witless, and
He's still alive, sort of.
Still alive.
He's died a couple of times.
Yeah, rough times. He means well, but doesn't really do as well. I like to think so sometimes. Every other Tuesday is what I say.
He started off as human.
Yes.
And then what happened to him?
What was the first time? I got stomped by a vampire, was it?
Oh my god. I don't remember how you died the first time. Oh no, Grady killed you.
Oh, backstab. I'm a producer, so Grady, I'm watching you right now.
Grady.
And then I turned to a...
You got reincarnated.
Yes.
We made a whole roll table for his reincarnation. It was a D100 table. And so there's a reincarnation table in the book that's got like all the basic races that you can reincarnate as. And I was just like, no, we're taking every available race that D&D has, plus a few like outside ones. We're putting them into a table. 1 through 30 is like human. So, the lower you roll, the more normal it is. But you rolled like a 97 or something.
Yeah.
And so you came back as a...
I was a fish.
He came back as a Lokatha.
And they had to wheelbarrow me around in a tank because I couldn't get out of water for too long.
Yep.
So
they had to construct them, the barrel with the water.
With the wheel and everything. So I
That's
was
cool.
soaked there for quite a bit.
Through Barovia.
Yeah.
Through Barovia.
So through the woods.
It was interesting.
And then you died again.
Yeah.
I don't remember how you died this
Yeah.
I don't even know, honestly. It just happened so fast.
He was killed by vampires.
I was, and I just was underground, and now I'm a cow. Well, a minotaur.
He came back as a minotaur. He rolled that's like an 89.
Yeah.
Came back as a minotaur. And still going.
Yeah.
Connor, how about you?
Well, I wish we hadn't left me for last now, because that's incredible. My first D&T character was a dwarven barbarian named Uthar, who was vehemently didn't believe in the gods, even though he was dating a cleric.
Oh, that's just classic.
Yeah.
It is interesting to roleplay in a world where the gods demonstratively exist, right? They will talk to you and then appear in front of you, and to play an atheist in that.
He just thought they were super powerful, cool dudes.
Yeah,
that gave stuff to other creatures sometimes.
I have a character idea in mind that I really want to use at some point, where it is a rogue who doesn't believe in magic. He believes that all magic he sees in the world is just sleight of hand. And so he fashions himself as a magician.
Yeah.
But all of his stuff is just sleight of hand. So he does all the rogue stuff, but he just put some flashbangs in it. And so he thinks he's a wizard, even though he's really a rogue. Yeah. And every time he sees a wizard do a trick, he's like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out the trick behind it.
Where's the mirror?
There's got to be a way to make that work. So that's one of these days when I get to be a player, that's going to be my character.
It will never happen.
I'm a forever GM. We're going to recruit somebody here so I can be a player. One of those people know, like, I know how to GM for like one of these games that I don't know how to play. Like I'm trying to find my books on the table up there, like Call of Cthulhu that I've never GM'd. Maybe we can do that something like that. That'll be fun.
Call of Cthulhu is so fun.
We've got so many games we want to play, but today we are playing Candlekeep Dekonstruction. And let's give a little recap to where we left off. It's been a week. So, you're an established adventuring party, possibly best well known for your beating to death of an unnamed beloved arch-rival fairy. You beat her to death with a sandbag. And you also moonlight as an avant-garde performing troupe called Aquaria and the Gooblies. I hear you have like little paintballs you throw at each other.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a real
What was that, Connor?
There's an actual product in the world called the Goobly for children to throw paintballs at each other during the summer months.
We'll have to work that into when we do our LARPing event as the Goobly.
Oh, yeah.
We can totally bring that out.
Oh man, we're gonna have to LARP our weird interpretive art.
Right. You got a place to start now.
They're the D&D kids again.
Go down to Herman Park.
And you all came to Candlekeep looking for your next great adventure, and that adventure found you as an older dwarf ran up to you with a book and promptly died at your feet, which is a fact you didn't notice for a little while.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, what's this book? You didn't bother checking for a little while. You later found out that his name was Buren Sternmetal, and he was a Candlekeep custodian who was part of a group called the Livestock.
So we did get his name.
You did when you pretended. Well, you found his brother.
Oh yes.
And you talked to him.
That's what it was.
The Livestock's leader is a fellow named Stonky, and apparently Stonky found this old building in the inner keep, in the inner ward, that seems to actually be inexplicably a rocket ship.
Yeah, baby.
There's not a lot of lore about why this existed, but nonetheless, Stonky and his custodians didn't really feel like they were getting the recognition they deserve for their hard work. They thought that they should be as recognized as the Avowed in Candlekeep. And so they went around the library and collected all the important and rare books they could get their hands on. They brought them to this building called the Barn Door. And their plan was to launch the books and themselves into space to keep these books safe, to show the Avowed how important they really were. Get that exposure that they really wanted and get that recognition. So you're in the process of trying to stop this from happening, presumably. With this group, I'm not entirely sure. You trace Stonky down to the basement of the building, and once you got there, you found some big, scary, clockwork, roach-type creatures. And you fought them for a little while until Giannis scurried inside a little rubble-filled hole under the stairs and found like little baby versions of the little skitterwidgets, they're called. And you pick one up, and they seem to be the offspring of the larger ones. And they seem to be very worried that you would do something to their little kiddos, little kitty widgets. And so once you figure that out, you're able to kind of manipulate them to stop attacking you, and you kind of put them back, and they let you be. They seem to be afraid of you now. And at that point, you open the double doors to go into the further reaches of this basement. You found this long, dark corridor, and from it, you could start to see, let me describe it exactly as it says in the book. It was a huge-sized, wingless anthropod with 2 long feelers and multifaceted eyes, with a carapace with a silvery sheen. And its tapered body was swishing side to side as it began crawling towards you from about 80 feet away. So I think it's a good time to roll for some initiative again.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
As big old silverfish.
And since this one's just the one big enemy in a long dark corridor, I think we can do this theater of the mind. Also, I don't have a large crickety mini to put this really show off. So let me get to my initiative tracker. Justin Glowstar.
I'm at 21.
Ooh, pretty good. TikTok.
19.
19. Giannis Clawberg Quattlebum.
16.
16.
Quattlebum. Thank you.
Aquaria Rothanel.
13.
13. All right. And Justin Glowstar is up first. You're 80 feet away from this monstrosity. What do you want to do?
I will, using my bonus action, to summon my shadow 30 feet away from where I am towards where the monstrosity is.
Okay. Making some moves.
And then I would like to prepare an action to attack if it gets within range of my shadow.
Which is in 5 feet.
Yes.
Okay. So if it moves up basically 50 feet.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So you hold me accountable for that. Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
All right, TikTok.
All right. So,
Would you like to heal it?
yeah. We're gonna cast lightning bolt again and heal it up past wherever. Give us some temp hit points. No, I think TikTok is done with these little crittery bits. In the interim, I don't think we had enough time. Never mind. I was going to ask if I've had a chance to look at the book again and the book that I had and see if I've got any more insight on these things, but
Not at this point.
Yeah.
And the book itself was, you would really have to sit down for a good long time and decipher it because it's not written in a cogent language. Yeah.
Cool. Then I think TikTok is just going to go ahead and use firebolt on these things.
Okay. As long as you got the range for it.
It is. So what was the range again? How
80
far?
feet away right now.
Yeah, it's 120 feet. So
You're good to go.
Good. That is a 20.
And do you have dark
30,
vision?
30, 20. That's a great question. That's a great question to ask me.
It is a dark hallway.
I have the ability to create candles of night, but I don't think I have them right now because I've instead got my homunculus. So no, I don't.
All right,
So
so
that'd be
then you roll with disadvantage, I think, if you can't see. I think it's a rule. There's
Yeah.
so many different systems now, I get
Yeah.
so confused.
so just let's run away. So 20 is still the highest. So
Okay, so
30,
20 to hit.
Yep.
So yeah, you fire this bolt of fire down the hallway, and it's a little bit hard to track. You can just see the area around the firebolt itself. It seems to hit, seems to do something.
Sweet.
So
And
it goes down the hallway.
the D10 is not this one. D10.
It's always hard to find a D10 with a D12.
Yeah.
So similar.
Yes. I'll just roll this guy twice. So that's great. Now that 1 and a 10.
Oh,
So
there you go.
11.
It all evens out in the end.
Yeah.
All right. Well done. It is now Giannis's turn.
Another bug? What is this bug? Why everywhere we go, I just cannot win. And Giannis just has really kind of given up with just like work, having to do. And is there somewhere I can like hide or put him somewhere?
You can just duck back around the corner.
Yeah, I'm just gonna duck right back around. Deal with it, Justin. You can do this.
I love that this group is faced with all the creepy crawlies. This does not seem a group equipped to handle the creepy crawlies.
No, Justin will handle this.
So Giannis is just gonna hide behind the thing and just
Yeah.
kind of, okay. That is his turn. All right, it is now the creature's turn, and it just scurries up the hallway 30 feet. So not within range of your shadow, but that's all it can do this turn, and it is now Aquaria's turn.
I am going to cast Enhance Ability
Okay.
on my boy Justin.
Ooh.
And I'm going to. You seem like a guy that would like advantage on strength checks.
Yeah, that'll be useful.
Yeah, okay. So then I'm going to enhance your strength ability. I'm going to sing you a song that's so beautiful.
What does that sound like?
And it like happens around you and it fills you with confidence and all of a sudden you just beat.
It's not a Black Eyed Peas song.
No.
No, okay.
Mm.
All right. The Twitch YouTube algorithm thanks you. All right. Is that Aquaria's turn?
That will be my turn for now, yes.
Okay, well, Justin, the newly empowered Justin.
I feel so good right now. The best I've felt in days. I would like to move 30 feet towards the enemy.
Okay.
And move my shadow 30 feet closer to the enemy, which should move it.
Yeah, you can get within range,
right? Yeah. And then I will attack with my greatsword.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just do a normal attack. Actually.
Your shadow has a greatsword?
I'll attack through the shadow.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll attack regular, which is going to be a 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
And damage is 2d6, so 2, 6, 10 slashing.
Okay. And what about the vision of you and the shadow?
I have 60 feet dark vision.
Okay. So, yeah, you see it, and the sword just kind of goes right through it. Doesn't seem to cause any change in the creature itself.
Interesting.
But, yeah, that is its turn.
I will attack a second time.
Okay. With the shadow?
Yes, let's try again. That would be a 19 to hit.
Yeah.
5 plus 6, 11 plus 4, 15 slashing.
Okay. And again, it kind of goes right through it. It's making contact. It just kind of goes through. There's no like blood or cuts evident in the creature. It just kind of goes right through it.
Interesting.
Doesn't respond really.
Okay.
All right. I think it's TikTok's turn.
So it's not visibly weakened or changed from Justin's attacks.
Didn't seem to react at all.
And as far as I know, I did damage it with the firebolt from what I could see.
Well, you couldn't see well because
Right.
But the firebolt hit it, or at least went down the hallway in this direction, and it seemed to hit through it or something.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure if it did damage or what. It made contact. It didn't like hit the wall. Is what I'm saying.
TikTok is going to continue to attack it. I think it is going to be my main focus.
Okay.
I forgot about Tweeter because
Oh,
these are mine stuff, so I'm going to do some stuff with him in a second. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and go at it again with another firebolt.
okay. Go for it.
And again, would that be disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay, so probably not. 14, and that definitely would have. Does a 14 do it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
great.
It's a big old creature.
Then. Oh, that's the wrong dice.
Oh, it was a 12 on a D12. Just lie. I appreciate your
got a 12
honesty.
on my D10. There we go.
I don't know.
3 and 2, 5.
5 total?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then while TikTok is attacking, I'm going to have Tweeter sort of start going around the hallway making the same...
And I'll say something before you do that.
Mm-hmm.
You may not notice as much, but you notice that the firebolt is a firebolt, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It goes down through, and you see it continue after, behind the creature, and end up hitting off the wall behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you want to say anything.
I would yell that out if I have the action to do it.
Okay, yeah, that's free action. So
It's going right through him.
So yeah, it seemed to just kind of go right through it and hit the wall behind it.
I think the plan was still the same, would remain the same for Tweeter, which is to sort of just move down the hallway as far as he can, making the same noises as the little baby bugs from the last room.
Okay.
See if that does anything for us.
Okay.
A literal shot in the dark here, but
Why
we'll
don't
see.
you roll a deception check? And does he have your same ability to mimic?
Yes, he does have
Okay.
He does have the mimic ability.
I don't know if the mimic ability actually gives you a mechanical benefit.
Right,
I was going to say,
I don't
even if
think
it doesn't, like roll like a deception check with advantage would be my idea. But if it does have a mechanical thing, we can just do that.
Well, because I don't think it doesn't really say that he has my mimic ability. It just says he communicates in the same way that I do.
Okay,
So-
so let's say like you speak through him. We can just say that.
Right, sure.
So yeah, why don't you just go ahead and give me deception. It's going to be a pretty low DC because you can perfectly mimic things. But
Deception is not great because I'm not.
that's okay. But
Let's
you
see,
it's a low DC because of your character.
It's a -1, so that'd be 10.
10. Okay. All right. All right. So yeah, you do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I think there's 2 bad things that your GM can say. One is you did that, and 2 is at that moment.
Yeah.
All right, Giannis, you're up.
Giannis will go ahead and light a torch, seeing that poor TikTok is taking shots in the dark. And I'll just kind of walk about him, just like not happy to be here at all, but it's just like, here's some light for you to do whatever it is that you want to do. And
you kind of like just put it like you're staying behind the thing.
yeah, exactly. No, I'll walk towards him. I'm just kind of like kind of fending off the darkness around.
Okay. Very good, very good.
Towards TikTok.
All right, it is its turn, and it continues moving towards you. It seems to go right through the shadow, and it passes right over you as well. You don't feel anything. It just suddenly walks right through you and is beyond you.
I see.
And is now kind of face to face with the rest of you, and it is now, I think, Aquaria's turn. A very confused Aquaria.
Yeah.
Goobly that.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can just walk right through it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay.
I would like to just move forward my full movement.
Yeah, you just walk forward and you just pass right through it as if it's not even there.
Dope. Great. We got this, gang.
Is that your turn?
I think I will prepare an action to I don't really know what to prepare. Nothing's hitting this thing.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just gonna bide my time and observe for a little bit.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Justin, you're up.
Seems like we're past the danger. I'll keep on walking down the hallway.
Okay, TikTok.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. Just
Okay.
sort of like warily start walking by.
Giannis, you want to do anything?
I'm gonna follow.
Okay, and it's this creature's turn again, and it gets to the end of the hallway, and it kind of flickers out of existence. And it seems to have been some sort of illusion that is now gone,
Nice.
but it was able to make you use up a couple of spells. So,
Only cantrips.
Well, you still have advantage on strength checks for an hour.
Oh, an hour?
Yeah.
Nice.
Very
So I
good.
lose concentration.
That's still good then.
Yeah, but I don't think the adventure will go on that much longer than that, so I think you're probably good.
Yeah.
So you are in this hallway now, still dark. The creature, whatever it was, is gone. And looking down the hallway, you see a door to the right. Those of you who have dark vision, there's a door to the right, then one to the left, and then a further one down on the right. And then just a bare wall in front of you down this hallway. To have a conversation after this particular fight about like, what is going, and what are your theories about what's Donkey up to? Like you also know you're under time pressure. You know there's a countdown that's been triggered.
We're about to shoot off into space.
Perhaps we should all take a room and see what we find.
Split the party.
Always the party. That's what I said.
Always, I mean, at this point,
Yeah,
It works.
Let's split the party.
Let's do it.
I also just real quick, since we have the time, I go ahead and use magical tinkering, and I put a little bit, I make it to where Tweeter's casting a 5-foot radius of light as well.
Does that take time?
Don't think so. It's just with a touch.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Every minute counts at this point. I'm keeping track.
Okay. Can I try to see? Okay, because I don't have like detect magic or anything like that. I would like to kind of just investigate these doors and see if any of them are suspicious.
Pick a door. Which one do you want to do first?
I want to do
right, left, right.
I'm gonna do the first one on the right, the one
Okay.
that's right next to us. Yeah.
You can either do perception or investigation. I'm fine with either one.
Okay. 18 perception.
18 perception.
Yeah.
You don't notice anything unusual about it. It just seems like a regular old metal door.
Okay. I will try to enter that room.
Okay. So is anybody with you, or are you all going to separate doors?
I'm going to the door on the left.
Left door to the left.
I'll go to the back one.
Okay.
I guess whichever one's left.
There's 3 doors.
Oh, well then, Yeah, I'll go with Aquaria. Why not?
Okay.
Giannis, will you be okay by yourself?
Thank you for asking. No one's even considered me at this point. Hey, I'll be fine.
Oh, I know how useless you are without Hilda.
Don't say her name.
Are you all three opening the door simultaneously? Because that sounds fun.
That sounds very fun.
That
Very
sounds like beautiful chaos.
Okay, so you all open the doors at once. We'll start with you two on the first door to the right. You open up the door, and you see a stone forge standing at the back of this dark room, which contains 4 stone tables, apparently meant to serve as workstations. There's smith's tools spread across the tables, protective aprons and helmets hang from the hooks on the wall, and pieces of sheet metal and weapons are stacked against the corners of the room. Some sort of workroom.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I don't know anything about any of this.
Yeah, this is all stuff
TikTok,
very much
this
sort
seems like this
in
is
my realm,
kind of
but
up your alley.
Do you
Yeah.
enter the room?
I'm gonna try and sneakily do so just in case there's any kind of anything. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go in.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
I'm good at those. Not when I roll like that. That's still a 9. It's not terrible.
Okay. All right, so you slowly sneak into the room. Nothing seems to happen. But there's just all sorts of tools and equipment spread across these tables on the walls.
Cool.
You don't see any movement or anything in there.
Possibly rather foolishly, as soon as there's not anything when he first steps in, TikTok's like, and then immediately like rushes over to the tables and starts investigating stuff.
Yeah, this seems like stuff that you'd be interested in.
Right, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, go ahead, give me an investigation check.
Another thing I'm good at, hopefully. There we go. So that is +8, so 24.
Okay, so just immediately you realize that there's enough equipment here that you could make 4 complete sets of smith's tools. So if you wanted to take a moment and put everything in a bag, you can collect and actually get yourself a set of smith's tools, up to 4 sets. If you want to spend more time in here looking around, you may be able to find more, but it is time.
I actually already have a set of Smith's tools. So. But so other than that, was there anything worth, like, any... so other than being able to put together a pack of Smith's tools, is there any, like, evidence of what they were doing with them, or any kind of plans or anything like that laying around?
So immediately looking around, it looks like a lot of this was made to build the skitter widgets. You see part of that around here, and it looks like maybe part of it was tinkering with some of the rocket engines.
Okay.
But like I said, if you want to spend more time, you may be able to see like if they're working on other projects. And they're looking around, like you see stuff that's for the skitter widgets, you see stuff that's for the rockets, you see stuff that's for something else, but you're not sure without spending more time to know what that is. And so why don't I let y'all simmer on that for a moment while we look at these other doors. So who's opening the door to the left?
It's with me.
All right, Giannis. So you open the door to
just
the left.
like grossed out like by everything. Don't be bugs. Don't be bugs. Don't be bugs.
And you push open the door. You find a 5-foot diameter. It's a room with a 5-foot diameter well, enclosed by a 2-foot high stone rim that stands in the very center of this room. And next to it is an iron lever that juts up from the floor and is kind of resting in a position close, pointing toward the door. So it's just a room with a well and a little wall around it and a lever.
Of course, got to see what's at the lever.
Okay, so you walk up
A bug.
and you're looking at the lever, looking down into the well.
I'll hold my torch and I'll see if I can see down the well.
You look down into the well and it goes, I think, like 30 feet deep. And you can just see, you don't have dark vision, but you have the torch.
I have dark vision.
Oh, you don't have
I
dark
have
vision. Okay, so looking down into the well, it's at the bottom of the well, you see like little bubbles coming up from like some greenish liquid.
I carefully pull the torch back out of the thing.
Okay.
Like, oh, that looks gross. I'll wait for. I'll go to the door, back to out the hallway. I'll be like, I found a well,
Okay.
and there is green liquid in. I'm gonna go lean against. No, I'm not gonna lean against the lever. Just kidding. I just won't touch the lever for now.
All right, but why don't we look at the last door where you are? So you open this last door on the right, and inside this room you see 8 lanterns hanging from the ceilings of the spacious workshop, filling the room with light and shadow. Marble molding and columns embellish the stone walls, while the far wall is made of riveted iron plates with an iron door set in the middle of it, so there's another door on the other side of the room. There's a copper sign bolted to the door, actually, that reads "Control Room" in common. That door at the end, I mean.
I see.
And the room contains 4 stone tables that hold unfinished mechanical constructs, all in various stages of completion. There's components and parts scattered around the tables and on the floors. And in addition, you see 3 figures in custodial uniforms that seem to be on their hands and knees walking around on the floor. There's a halfling, a dragonborn, and a human. And they're all crawling around on the floor in here. And roll me a stealth check to start with.
Uh-oh.
See if they
Why do
notice
you
you.
always stumble in on the kinky thing?
Right? That would be...
With the last name like Glowstar.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of given.
I'm here for the gangbang.
Still...
Cut his mic!
Sorry.
That would be a 20.
Okay, so at first they don't seem to notice you. They are wrapped up in whatever they are doing.
Mhm.
So it's up to you what you want to do with this information.
I feel like an adult for this, so I'm gonna
Where are you gonna find one of those?
Yeah, in this party?
Right.
Hilda's outside.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
hovering outside the door because I haven't gone in.
Do I see them hovering outside the door?
So you've gone in to investigate the well at this point. Yeah, you never went into the room, did you? So she's still outside in the hallway. So Clary is still there.
I see Aquarius. We lock eyes, obviously. And we do the 3 thing. I go 3 over there.
Somebody's trying to steal third.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand. Y'all can communicate like this when TikTok's not around. As soon as we're talking to TikTok, we have to use words again.
Oh, there's 3 people in there. You need help? Got
So I'm gonna go TikTok.
Yeah.
We're gonna go. I'm gonna sneak up Scooby-Doo's style.
And at this point, you hear Yana saying, "Guys!"
There's a well and things.
Oh man, yeah. I'm curious about what's going on in there because this room is super boring. This room is so boring that I'm at. I'm gonna go see what's up at Justin's room.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so y'all start walking down the corridor, and I think by the time you kind of walk by and get to the door where you are and you're looking in, that's the point where you walk out into the hallway and start yelling, "Hey guys, what do you say exactly?"
There's a well and things. Someone come and look at it. There's green stuff in it.
And with that door open down there, all the 3 figures stand up, look around, look at each other, look back at you, look at each other, look back at you, stand up, and yell, "For Stonky!" And it's time to roll initiative again.
I take
Poor
that.
Stunky.
All right, Justin, what did you get for your initiative?
Natural 1.
For a total of
3.
3. TikTok.
A natural 20 for a total of 23.
That balances out. Giannis.
I got a natural 20 as well for a
Whoa.
23.
Oh, 20 buddies. 23 as well?
Yeah.
Total?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
23.
Oh, y'all can work that out between yourselves. Miserafothrothanel, that's hard to say.
I got a 16. I got
16 total. All right. And we are good to go. Giannis or TikTok, whoever wants to go first. Giannis is a little bit down the hall.
Oh, I'll go first.
Oh, so is TikTok. You're both
Yeah,
down.
I'm literally in the other room, and I, 1, don't think I know that anything's going on yet, and 2, don't have any intention of leaving because I was planning on investigating some more. So
it's Mr. Not appearing in this comment.
yeah,
Fair enough. Giannis, are you?
I have
You
seen.
don't know it yet either.
I've come out and I've yelled that there's something, and then I think I see Justin just doing all of the sign language and immediately understand what he's saying.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, oh, I'm going with Justin.
Okay, so you're making your way down the hallway. And-
But I remind everyone, I'll even yell, TikTok, there's something you'd probably like in there if you want to take a look.
And we'll say with your movement, let me check the map, but I'm pretty sure that you can, let me see what the distance is between, you were at the second door, so 5, 10, 15, let's say you can make it to the door with your movement. So you can get to the door, and
Yeah.
if you want to do something when you get there, you totally can.
From what Justin has indicated, are they're moving into attack, or can I like see them since I'm at the door?
You do hear, "For Stonky!" And this probably sounds familiar to you.
I will. Yeah. Okay. In that case, I'm actually just gonna hide right here. Be like, oh, combat. Justin, do what you do.
You still have your torch out.
Yeah. And I'll hang up.
Okay, are you going to actually do the hide action? Which I think is an action in this game. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll hide.
Okay.
I'll hide right
So if it comes to that, we can have you roll for that. And if not, we'll come back to it. All right. So those are you two. Aquaria.
Stonky doesn't care about you guys.
And I will say,
Guys.
looking at these guys in this room, they look a little beefier. Like these might be like the lieutenants.
Yeah.
So they might be a little bit more of a threat than the other ones were, but
I did
they're
some
still
push-ups.
custodians.
Yeah.
Don't tell Oliver.
What are you saying about custodians?
Yeah, that letter should have gone to you, not to us.
Oh my gosh.
Ah.
I don't want to hurt these guys.
Do what you have to do.
Oh wait, so still I know I'm not in this room.
Yeah, do you want to
but
take an action?
on my turn? Can I still do some investigation and stuff?
Yeah.
I would. I'm gonna disregard the skitter widget stuff for now
Okay.
because I think we're mostly past them, or like the one we've already fought the ones that we fought. So I'm more interested in the rockets or anything else to deal with the exiting of the barn door from the planet.
Okay, so tell me exactly what you're trying to look for or find. Since you're doing it in a specific, like 6 seconds of time.
Yeah, I'm just really looking either any kind of plans or any kind of details on how they're constructed so that they can be deconstructed or stopped or anything like
The
that.
rockets themselves, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Roll me an investigation check.
That is pretty good. That's a 25.
So just in this brief period of time you have, it looks like this room, they did do some repair of the rocket stuff, but that wasn't the primary purpose of this room.
Mhm.
So you don't see any immediate plans about the rockets in here.
Mhm.
It seems to be that they were constructing things in here, like the skitter widgets and maybe other items. So it seems to be a little tangentially related to the overall purpose of the livestock, if that makes sense.
Okay. So then if that's the case, I think at that point TikTok is no longer interested in this room because it's not as pressing. Does make a mental note that if this room still exists by the end of this adventure to stop back by.
When you're in orbit and you have all the time in the world.
And then starts to book it towards the door, so however much distance that would take
Use your
from
action.
that room.
And then, so you can probably get back out into the hallway and like one movement action, next turn you'll be at the door.
Sweet.
Awesome. Aquaria, sorry.
Okay. I am going to do an animating performance. I will step into the room proper, so I'll come right into the doorway. I would like to animate a barrel.
Okay.
I see one that doesn't have a lid on it, and I really don't want to hurt these guys. I want to animate this barrel and see if I can just hold it on someone. Stop it.
Okay, so you can cast a spell and then can you move it at the same time? What's the spell say?
Animating performance is as an action. I can animate a non-magical item, large or smaller. It uses the dancing item stat block, which I have handy. It's friendly to my companions, and it lasts for an hour.
Okay.
So that's one of my that's one of my class features.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Does it get to go this turn?
It says I can animate as an action, and as bonus action, I could move it.
Okay, so use your action to cast it, bonus action to move it, and you want to try to have it grapple, basically, the other person. So yeah, roll a grapple check with the stat block that you have.
Going
Okay,
Looney Tunes.
And it can only move. It can move 30 feet. So if it can get to this one of these two people, that would be great. Yeah.
Are
I
these
think it's a
barrels?
light unit.
I
Yeah.
think there's some barrels on the other side of the room that you can just grab one of those if you want to. They have some green slime in them. You can grab one of those barrels if you like,
Perfect.
and you can just make use of it.
Which way?
And
Yeah. I'm trying to grab
we'll say it's one of these, but yeah, make some way over there. So go ahead and make a grapple check. Now the barrel has to have at least one free hand. So I'm afraid no. Yeah, and so make a strength athletics check.
Okay.
And who are you going after? The halfling?
Yeah, the halfling.
Okay.
I just want to just be like, stop charging.
No.
I just want to try to hold him there.
All right, so go ahead and roll your strength check.
Okay.
I don't. It's gonna be. You said a strength check.
Athletics.
Athletics.
If it has any bonus.
Yeah.
No, we got a
Strength.
9. Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
My little guy rolled a 10.
Oh man.
I want to take this moment because this is something I haven't shared with you all. All these guys have code names, alias names. They have real names, but they also have code names. And so let me share with you who we have in this room here, if I have the names handy. Just because it's amazing, and I want to share this with you. So in this room, we have... Going down to find the right stat block. Okay, I think it's here. Yeah, so the halfling's name is Pigwheat. The dragonborn is Ram Sugar. And the human is named Sheep Sweet Corn. And those are not my favorites. I want to tell you some of the other ones that you have fought along the way that you didn't bother to ask their names.
Well,
You fought Alpaca Macadamia Nuts. Or Alpaca Nuts, as I call him.
Yeah.
You have Chicken Peach. You have Cow Cotton. Donkey Biscuit. Duck Bean. Goat Feet. And Horse Egg.
Are they the livestock?
It must be.
I just thought I'd
This
share that
feels
with you.
messed up to call the other janitors the livestock. I was cool with it when I thought it was mechanical creatures.
They've stuck to the theme too much. There's so much that's going over a
too
theme.
well. They're like crawling around.
Yeah.
They
Really getting into it.
What was the halflings again?
The halfling is Pigwheat.
Oh.
So they're all a combination of a barnyard animal and like an animal byproduct or
Yeah.
something. So yeah, Pigwheat is able to scurry up under the barrel and get out from under it without being restrained. And
Okay.
unless you want to use your movement anymore.
I think I'm going to stay right where I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, Pigwheat is going to get very upset and swing down with his... He has actually daggers that are in his little pockets here. Dangerous place to keep your dagger. And he's going to swing out twice at the barrel. Natural 20 on the first one.
Oh, no.
I mean, it doesn't do a ton of damage. So, I'm adding it up. Okay, 7 damage for the first hit.
Okay.
And second hit... that's not going to hit. That's an 8. I think that hits its AC. And just trying to get this weird thing out from under it. The other one, who is the human, I believe, is going to also run up to the... let me see. Who is he in front of? He is going to run up to Aquaria herself. So if somebody would move him up to Aquaria. He also has a couple of... Actually, I just realized something. What he's going to do is he's going to stay back where he was, actually, if you don't mind. And he moves his hands in the air a little bit.
Okay.
And I need Aquaria to do a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
You got it.
no.
But these guys have a few more tricks up their sleeve.
13?
13. 13, you say. That succeeds. Nothing happens.
Nice.
But you feel like your muscles tensing up a little bit, and you're just gonna shake it off with the sheer force of your will.
Okay.
And he looks a little bit upset, and he's gonna retreat back a little bit, back to the corner by the table, by the box next there. Yeah, somewhere over there.
Okay.
And that is his turn. And it is now Ram Sugar's turn, who is the Dragonborn. And he is going to move up just a little bit next to Aquaria there, and he is going to let loose a... He has a... I thought on his stat block, but he has... Oh, no, there it is. He has a breath weapon as a Dragonborn. And he's going to exhale fire at the barrel and at Aquaria. So I need a... Oh, it's actually... I'm wrong. He's going to move... by the blue pillar there. He's going to do a line straight out the door. A little bit more. So he's going to be able to hit. He's going to be able to hit the barrel and Aquaria and who is up there at the end?
Me.
And you, Justin. So I need all of you to roll a dexterity saving throw. If you would kindly. Ooh, max damage too.
Advantage.
Oh, it's not max damage. No. I thought I rolled d4s. I rolled d6s. So, spoiler alert. So, what'd y'all get?
I got an 18, and
16.
the barrel got a nat 20.
I don't like your object.
The most dexterous barrel you've ever seen.
Tumbled up in the air.
Roll, you know.
Yeah.
You get a goblin gold.
Yay!
Got a 19.
19 also succeeds, so you each take 4 fire damage.
Oh, that's not too bad.
That's not too bad. All right. Justin. Glow star and strengthened Justin.
Just in a moment.
Am I still in strengthened though? Because
Yeah,
you have
it's like
that
a
concentration with the arrow,
This
right?
is not a concentration thing. This is a class
Not.
feature. Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm still able to concentrate on that for you.
So I will move. Okay, I don't need to move. I'll summon my shadow right behind the big old dragonborn
Okay.
and attack from behind.
Okay, go for it.
Ooh.
Let's do it. That would be a 23 to hit.
Success.
Damage is 3 plus 4, 7 plus 4, 11 slashing.
11 slashing. Okay, not bad.
And,
And it goes to him like he's a real person that exists.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's tough. He'll be okay.
He's tougher than a giant imaginary anthropod.
16 to hit.
16 also hits. They are still custodians. Custodians are known for their low ACs.
Can you non-lethal damage?
Can you do non-lethal damage? I think so.
Yeah.
One end of my greatsword, for example.
That your Shadow's greatsword? Sure.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Pommel strike.
4 plus.
Trying to see if there's actually rules for this in this game.
Or do I gotta? Sorry. It went on my phone and like flipped over.
I thought you always rolled it off your phone. It's your thing.
Right, I should have. That was 12.
12 to hit does not hit.
No, it's 16 to hit, 12 damage.
Oh, okay. Sure it is. 12 damage.
I watched. It was
Right.
Yeah.
12. How about a 16? Is 16 hit? All right. So yeah, he's still up, but he's looking pretty staggered.
Okay. That's it.
All right. Giannis.
I jump out of the shadows, finally getting excited to see Justin go, and I know I heard him say he doesn't want to kill him, but I'm going to take this moment to try and kill the guy.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
It is. I'm a rogue. So I jump out
Rogue skill.
and come right in here, and I will attack with my dagger.
Go for it. Who are you attacking?
The bigger guy, the dragon.
Dragonborn? Okay. That's the same one to shove you out.
17.
That'll hit.
Okay. That's a d4 plus 3.
I'm afraid.
That is 4.
4 damage. Okay.
And then, if that doesn't kill him, I will
no.
use. Yeah,
Do you get sneak attack or something? 'Cause
Yeah,
I did. Yeah, I had sneak attack. So
Wait, you're a 9th level rogue with sneak attack and you got 4 damage?
well, I have to roll an additional 5d6.
Okay.
So that's,
Okay, so you haven't done that yet.
Yeah, just
Oh, okay.
sneak attack.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he may not be one for this one.
8. Let's see, 13, 14, and 16 additional damage.
Describe your kill.
So I've come out, and I see the shadow attacking, going with like the blunt in, and I'm like, no.
Like this.
I'm so sorry. I do need my soul tokens, and just quickly like dagger across the throat and hold out my hand for the soul token too. I'll ask you something later. Don't worry. And I put it in my pocket.
I don't think
And-
that's comforting.
No. Ram Sugar Falls.
Oh,
Evil.
my ram sugar.
Oh,
Yes,
alright.
no!
My new term of endearment for loved ones.
Right.
I
Ram
love these
sugar.
guys now. You can't go get them.
I'll let you talk to him later.
Is that your turn, Giannis?
Yeah, I'll pass.
All right, TikTok.
So how far away am I from this door and also the well door?
You are 15 feet from the well door, and you're 30 feet from this door.
Beautiful. I've got a walking speed of 35.
Sweet.
So I think I'm gonna walk to the well door and
Okay.
then just scream over to the doors over here. I'll be back, and then go into the well
Okay.
door. And I'm gonna send a tweeter down the well because I don't have dark vision.
Okay.
And I mean, I don't know how useful an investigation of just looking is going to be, but just starting there with it being lit up by tweeter and me looking into the well, can I roll an investigation and see?
Yeah, I mean, is the tweeter going into the liquid? or-
No.
Okay.
Just above so that I can actually see it because
Okay.
I don't actually have the dark vision.
Go ahead and roll. Yeah. So what's that?
Oh, not great. That's 13.
It is an opaque liquid that's bubbling.
Mhm.
And so you can't really see into the liquid,
Mhm.
but you have the big well there surrounded by a little wall. There's a lever next to you and the percolating liquid down below.
Okay. would that investigation count as an action, or can I do an action to actually
You can do an
use
action.
the lever?
We're all friends here.
I'm going to move the lever.
Okay, so you take the lever, push it back the other direction, and you start to hear a... And it kind of, the water seems to, or whatever, like starts to recede a little bit.
Okay.
But it looks like it's not going super fast.
Right.
So it may take a minute or two for it to fully, you don't know. But it's not going to go away super quickly in rounds of combat.
Sure.
All right, I think that is your turn, though.
Yes.
All right, Aquaria.
I'm gonna try again. Stop trying to hurt me, little guy.
Going after the halfling.
Yeah.
Aquaria. Over the bleeding heart.
That's a dirty 20.
That's for the strength, right?
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I did an attack roll on accident. No, and that's going to be
Yeah, strength check.
14.
14.
Yeah.
I rolled a natural 13 with a +0, so
Nice.
you have restrained him or grappled him.
Grapple.
He is grappled, so his speed is 0, and he receives no benefit from speed-derived bonuses. Anything else you want to? There's a bonus action to command him if you're
Yeah,
not
that's
mistaken.
a-
So you
that's
still have
a-
your action.
Bonus action.
Would you like to kill him?
No.
No, okay.
I don't want to do that. Man, I want to try to like. Can I? No. Okay, that's not going to be effective right now. I want to. I'm going to try to talk to this human guy. I don't know how well it's going to go because Giannis showed up.
And murdered his
Excuse
friend.
me.
What do you want to say?
I'm just going to be like, are you the livestock? That's so degrading. And that's what I'm going to say to try
Okay.
to, I don't know.
So you
I'm
can
trying to
have
reason with this
flavor
guy.
conversation for free, or if you want to make a check,
Yeah.
like a persuasion check
Yeah,
or
I would
intimidation.
like to try to persuade this guy to rethink his commitment to Stonky.
I doubt your commitment to sparkle motion. All right.
Nat 20, and I get a +12 to that roll, so I got a 32.
All right. We'll see what happens.
This could be the most battle-hardened Stonky fan in the world, but he's Aquarius tears.
That's so demeaning.
That was such a good roll.
All right. It is now the halfling's turn. And I think, too, he's going to try to get out of this grapple.
Mhm.
And is that just another contested check? I think he can use... he could probably use acrobatics also
Yes.
to get out of it, if I'm not mistaken. Escape grapple, yes. Make a strength or acrobatics check, contested by your athletics check.
Gotcha.
So he is definitely going to make an acrobatics check. So go ahead and roll your strength check. Ooh, pretty good.
Oh,
Should I be adding? I should be adding the object strength bonus. Should
Yeah,
I?
yeah.
Not mine. Okay.
Yeah.
Well then,
Object.
I've been rolling a little bit.
The
lower
barrel
than I
strength.
should.
It's a
Oh.
5.
He lifts.
7.
Ooh.
Yeah.
18 for my fellow.
Dang,
So he
all right.
manages to get out, and he is going to. Who's the next? Who's the little Eladrin elf there?
It's Giannis.
Okay, that's
To be honest.
he is going to. He's kind of trapped there, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see, does he have any? He doesn't really have any way of getting away, and he doesn't. So he used his action to. He is going to. Yeah, he's gonna. If he runs away, he's gonna get attacked by 3 different creatures. He's gonna stand there and just look around like he's trying to get away, but he doesn't know where to go without getting attacked from 3 different directions. So he's just kind of stuck there. It is now the other guy's turn, the human's turn, and he looks at you and he looks down at his dead friend down there, and he looks up and says, "Yes, we're the livestock.
Yeah. Oh no.
We'll do anything for Stonky. You have this chance. Get out now. Get out before it's too late. You only have a few seconds left." And that's going to be his turn. So you at least talked him out of doing anything important in his turn.
Okay.
And it's Justin's turn.
I gotta stop something. Okay.
Seeing now the halfling's still there, I will move my shadow right next to the halfling
Okay.
with my bonus action.
Yes.
I would like to rage.
Okay.
Oh
And I would like to make my attack reckless.
Okay.
And
This is not going to be non-lethal damage.
it's gonna be rough. And
He hasn't been hurt yet. He's just been wrestled by a barrel.
no. Barrel.
And I'm a great weapon master, so I'll make a great weapon master attack.
This is the Harry that I've come to know.
Oh, sorry. And I have Elven accuracy, so I get triple.
Yeah, you get triple advantage. That's not a thing, but sure.
Technically,
Satine can give triple advantage in her games. In this game, you max out with regular advantage.
Well, Elven accuracy lets me reroll on my advantage.
Say that again?
Elven accuracy lets
So
me
you reroll, so it's a different
it's-
thing. Okay.
It's literally
It's-
a triple.
okay. Fine. Satine, you win this one.
So that's either a 21 minus 4, 17 to hit,
That's fine.
or not 20.
I like the 17 better.
That's
Personally,
gonna be rough. So damage isn't that bad. 6 plus 6 times 2, 24.
6 times
Plus
times 2.
10, 34.
34.
Plus 4, 38.
Yeah, he's dead. How describe your murder?
I heard we don't have much time left, and I kind of went crazy with it. So
Oh, yeah.
just a left-right cliff. Hopefully it was clean and it wasn't that bloody.
This was through your shadow still?
Yes, with my great sword.
So yeah, the shadow just it's like extend its own shadow with a great sword. Is it your shadow?
It is my shadow.
Okay, so with the great sword, and just slices him probably in twain, right like this. And the little halfling, who is finally free of its barrel, is now in 2 pieces on the ground.
oh, there's blood everywhere. It was
So it's the intermingling with the dragon. blood.
With the rest of the movement the shadow has, I'll move the shadow to the next guy.
All
Just
right.
Continue.
Some seconds remaining.
I don't have much time, so I just gotta do it. So I saw advantage because I'm raging and
You have another turn?
Another attack, yes.
Oh,
So
All right.
it's either a...
this is Harry in every game I've ever played with Harry.
17.
He always is like, I rolled a 47 on this attack.
So it's 18 to hit.
18 hits.
And then the damage. This is also a great weapon master.
Of course it is.
5 plus 3, so that's 8 slashing plus 4
Times 10.
12 slashing plus 10, 22.
22. He's still alive.
Okay.
He's still alive, everybody.
disappointing, Justin.
Okay.
Right.
TikTok.
Was it not? Is it Giannis?
Oh, I'm sorry, Giannis.
Yeah.
I just didn't know nothing forward.
it's okay.
Giannis.
Giannis has just been sitting there collecting that sword, which I only have 4. So as a new one comes, the old one just kind of burns off and disappears, and I'll take a fresh soul. And hearing the seconds, I will immediately have Giannis run towards the
There's a door on the other side of the room
yeah.
that says control room.
And I will run into the control room.
No, okay, so you get to the door, and the door is locked.
Done this before. I will attempt to try and stealth through the door. Not stealth through. I will try and pick the lock.
Pick the lock. Okay, go ahead and roll that. So let me check
Those
the
thieves'
doors.
tools.
All right.
Where's my thieves' tools?
Yeah, so it's just your proficiency bonus, probably. Your dexterity bonus. If I'm not mistaken.
Let's see. Here's 15.
Does not unlock. Curses. Does not unlock. And it feels, again, you faced this before, it feels like there's more at work here than just the mechanical lock on this door.
Gotcha.
I hate doors in this place.
All right.
As I turn.
think that is your turn. Now it's TikTok's turn. Sitting at the well, you're watching it slowly recede.
I don't know that we've only got seconds based on the last thing that guy said, so I'm just gonna make choices based on that. I'm watching the liquid recede. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for our quest at this point. So I'm gonna make one last attempt to become informed about it. I've got winged boots. I'm gonna personally fly down into the well and sort of like get one last chance to see if I can figure out what this liquid is. So diagnose what this liquid is just on my own up close.
Investigation.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you touching it?
That's a great question. I mean, he is an artificer who's worked with alchemical stuff before. I think he knows better than to just like, what's a chemical? But I don't know what the alternative is like.
Would he use any of his instruments to touch it?
Yeah, I think he's got like alchemical bottles that he can like scoop it up with.
All right, so go ahead and roll an investigation check.
That's 11.
11. It is enough to know that it is acid. For what its purpose is, or what type of acid, or it came from, you don't know with an 11, but you do know it's acid.
Okay. How far down was it in the well? Just
30. The well itself is, well, you don't know how deep the well is, but this stuff is 20 feet down into the well.
okay. Because just for my own movement speed purposes. So as soon as I've diagnosed that, I think I'm like, well, I don't know why it's going, but I'm just gonna let it keep draining. So I'm gonna fly back up and then take a dash action to get another 35 feet closer to this room. So I don't know how far that.
You probably
is.
get to the door. We'll take you get to the door. Cool. Beans.
And then why not? Because I'll go ahead and use my bonus action also to Misty Step all 30 feet into this room.
Okay.
What's that blue thing?
Yeah, oh, and also as soon as I see the big glowing thing in the middle of the room, I'm like, ooh, what's this going on? So
That's probably all you can do this
but
round.
yeah, that's all. That's everything. Because a bonus action took the dash and then use my movement.
Very
So-
good. Aquaria, you're up. You have your one friend that you made in front of you that is now half murdered,
Oh,
who tried to warn you to get out while you still could, and you rewarded him by murdering all his friends and then stabbing him in the neck.
I didn't do any of that.
We
I believe in autonomy
I mean-
first.
You're the people who bashed your lover's face in with a sandbag.
Aw. But we were really sad about it. I mean, it's got to.
of course we were Aquaria.
I'm gonna move deeper into the room and take my full movement. I think I get like here.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Knock at a 4th level on the door to unlock it.
Mm-hmm.
And I will use my bonus action to. I'm gonna give TikTok some bardic inspiration.
Okay.
And I'm gonna sing TikTok's song to him.
Just some song from TikTok.
Oh,
Yeah.
I need to know what the TikTok song
Yeah, what's
is.
TikTok
I
song you
desperately
sing?
need
5
Oh,
seconds or less.
It's Let's Get It Started.
Fair enough. All right.
Oh my god.
And that's inspiration for, you said, for Justin? No,
For TikTok.
For TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is that your turn, Aquaria?
That is my turn.
All right.
Yes.
That's now the human's turn. Holy cow. He is going to look at you who betrayed his trust.
Oh, no.
And he is going to... No. Actually, that's not going to work. What are I do? No, I guess he's going to... Oh, that's going to be his death. Can he attack the shadow?
He can.
Okay. So he is going to turn and reach out to the shadow and... just a melee attack toward the shadow. That is an 11.
That misses.
And does not hit with whatever he was trying to do with his touch. And he's going to try to run away to the door. So you get an attack of opportunity, and that's going to kill him.
Oh.
Can I do non-lethal?
With your raging shadow greatsword? I think when you're raging, you probably don't have the wherewithal to restrain yourself.
What if it's
That's
just a really
fair.
angry shove?
Shove the greatsword through his chest.
I'll have my
yes.
dagger just like right here. Oh, oops, he fell into my dagger.
Oh no.
So
Very
that's a
Chicago.
24 to hit?
That'll hit.
No. 6 plus
Oh no.
4.
30 points of damage.
That's 10 plus 6, 16.
He is dead.
He fell into my knife.
He tries to run away, and he runs right into the sword and falls over
Yeah.
dead. So the immediate danger has passed, but let's stay in initiative order for a moment. It is now Justin's turn.
Seeing that they're trying to get through the door and not very successful, I'll first move myself inside the room because I realize I haven't done that yet.
Nobody in this party likes getting their hands dirty.
Really, they don't.
No.
Except for TikTok.
Yep.
And
I
I'll
have to.
move the shadow by the door and try to slash at the door. What's it made out of?
The door's
No.
open.
Did it open?
Now it's
Oh.
open 'cause
Yeah.
it's
You
been-
cast
been
the knock on it, but you
I
haven't
see.
tested it since then.
Well, the shadow can't really move doors. Just gonna try and slash at it to try to bump it open.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength. I think it's an athletics check, actually.
Okay, I'm good at those.
I mean,
and
double
I
check.
have
Okay, go ahead
advantage.
and roll something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the athletics check.
It's either going to be a 24 or a 23. 24.
Not strong enough to get through this metal
Interesting.
door. All right, is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay, Giannis.
Interesting. So I see the big shadow try and move the door with its great strength, and it doesn't budge.
He's trying to break the door.
Um,
He's not trying to chine the knob. He's just trying to break it down.
Well, then, of course, Giannis will just such brute force, and then try and turn the knob like a normal half elf.
Normal non-shadow person.
Yeah.
And you step through all the blood, and your little coins clinking in your pocket, and you open the door. And inside the room, you see a chamber that contains an iron safe at one side of the room, roughly 5 feet on a side, and there's a low metal console with a slanted top next to it. The console is securely bolted to the floor, and it has a series of digits and numbers all over it that are flashing. You see a blinking red button built into it. Suspended above the console are 4 wireframe windows, each displaying a projected image. And you see a little gnome crawling around on the floor.
Stonky.
Why are they all crawling?
Did they drop something?
Like
they
our
all,
contact
they all
lens.
lost
Yeah.
their contact lens.
Can you please describe again where, like, the control panel, like, where is that?
It's at the far end of the room. It's a small room. It's just a very small room. And it is, it's like 10 feet in front of you. And there's lots of buttons, but there's one big red glowy button. And then there's like images above you. And if you look at it for a second, you realize they're kind of images of different rooms in the house. So it's like they have security cameras built in.
Okay.
But it's like magical stuff.
Big red button.
It's a big red button.
No.
I was gonna say the safe sounds like the first thing Giannis has been actually interested in this entire
Right.
adventure.
And it's a big, big metal safe.
Self-preservance, though, is a big part of Giannis's
yeah.
game. I will run to the who's a gnome. I'll run to the gnome on the floor and put a knife up to the gnome's neck
Okay.
and say, try and persuade him to tell me how to turn off the rocket.
What do you say?
My good man,
The
I
kindest intimidation.
have not eaten well or had a bath in at least 12 hours. And if I do not have one soon after we turn this rocket off, I will murder you. And then I hold up a couple of tokens of his friends, which hopefully just have like little glimmers of their souls. And then, have the knife at his neck. Just kind of like in this like mad moment of trying to fix it. Giannis is at his wit's end.
And the little gnome who looks
Yeah,
like
Wits End is so
this.
nice.
This is a little
Oh.
gnome. He looks like this. And he puts his head up and he says, "My name is Stonky J Knobtopper, and you've come at the moment of my greatest triumph.
Well,
And we'll see you next week."